The music resumed. That is nightly news for this Thursday. Thank you for watching. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Could next week show more promise for our youth? New information announced for parents of students still waiting to get their kids back in the classroom.
Plus, a man charged for his part in connection to a deadly shooting in Talofofo wants out of prison, a Superior Court judge nearly granting that request.
It's the first day on the job for Guam's new Archbishop. He shares his first message to the community and his priorities. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the story coming up.
Day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Happy Fresco Friday. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
Thus, the race to get all of Guam's public school students back to class drags on.
Today, the Guam Department of Education announcing 14 elementary schools will begin alternating schedules. This is said to be a temporary measure in place until each visiting school passes health inspections. Here's the list of the elementary schools that will be sharing a campus come Thursday, August 22nd. On the left of your screen are the visiting schools and on the right are the hosting campuses. Machinao Elementary will be paired with Astumbo Elementary. D.L. Perez Elementary will go to Weddingale Elementary.
Upi Elementary will pair with Atacao Elementary, while JQ San Miguel will go to CL Kaitano Elementary. Price Elementary, they'll pair with Carlito Elementary, while Joa Elementary. Now, Guam DOE Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson also shares the list of schools that will begin online learning on August 22nd.
The middle schools are starting online on the 22nd, the ones that are not already in session. And school administration and staff are making the decisions about which kind of computers are being checked out and doing all the logistics they've already been doing it this week. They'll continue through next week so that they're ready to go on the 22nd.
What are those schools?
Okay, it's Inarahan Middle, Benavente Middle School, Jose Rios Middle School, FBLG, Ukadu High School, Southern High School, George Washington High School.
And an important note, the school principals are still ironing out the specifics for those expected to start alternating and online learning.
The goal, of course, is to get all students back to face-to-face learning. We, of course, will continue to have the latest on public school openings, as well as the list we just brought you tonight on KUAM.com and on our KUAM social media platforms. A homeless man who prosecutors allege provided the murder weapon in last month's deadly shooting in Talofofo wants out of prison.
Defendant Daryl Wayne Cundiff appearing before a magistrate judge in Superior Court today, nearly getting his request granted.
But the judge gave pause to his decision after learning where Cundiff would be serving house arrest. Homeless and expected to be placed under house arrest, defendant Daryl Cundiff wants a Superior Court judge to release him from the Department of Corrections prison. Cundiff is the third defendant charged in connection to the July murder that claimed the life of Joshua Taitagui. He's facing charges of possession of a firearm without a valid ID and illegal transfer of a firearm, accused of giving murder defendant David Nkenko Jr. the gun used in the killing. In court Friday, defense attorney William Bischoff argued for his client's release on bond, noting Cundiff is homeless quite some time. Bischoff telling the court his client has relatives nearby who will take him to probation, adding he is not a danger to the community. Prosecuting attorney Monty May opposed it, arguing how Cundiff's alleged actions led to the death of one man. Defense countered that was not true. But prosecutor May contends his investigators have the evidence to show otherwise. Court documents state Cundiff told investigators he found the 9mm gun in the jungle 5 years ago and gave it to Nkenko just earlier this year unloaded. Magistrate Judge Benjamin Sison initially agreed to release Cundiff today on a $5,000 bond and place him on house arrest. That's until the judge asked defense if Cundiff would be staying with others. Defendant Cundiff responding that at least a handful of them camp out in Pago Bay. That's when the judge took back his decision and ordered probation to find out if the others are convicted felons. Cundiff tried to get one last word in to get the court to reconsider, but that wasn't enough. He will now have to wait 1 week to find out if he will be allowed to get out of prison. Cundiff is back in court on August 23rd. Meantime, defendants Nkenko and Francis Cruz have since been indicted for their alleged parts in the murder.
A man convicted of attacking an elderly man at a bus stop learns his fate in Superior Court. 23-year-old Ken Usam Jagabos was sentenced to 6 years in prison. In June, a jury found him guilty of convicted of terrorizing, aggravated assault, and abuse of incompetent as third-degree felonies. He was ordered to have no contact and stay away from the victim. As KUAM reported, the Attorney General's office confirmed after Jagabos' conviction that he will be deported under the AG's new Deport Air program.
Over the course of 3 days, about 56 personnel from the Guam Police Department took part in leadership training.
Spearheaded by instructors with the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, the purpose was to deliver education, share stories, and bring lessons learned from a global policing perspective. Jonah Gancharfaris has more.
So we covered how to lead yourself, how to lead others, how to lead regardless of what rank you have on your collar, right? Because we know that leadership is an action. It is not a position.
That is Senior Instructor Kavika Lau from the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. He, along with Sergeant Justin Witt with the Louisville Metro Police Department, are on island providing critical leadership training. The 3-day training was offered to over 50 command staff and civilian personnel with the Guam Police Department.
And it doesn't matter where you're at in law enforcement, dealing with the community, being a part of the community, it is inevitable, unfortunately, in this profession, and definitely it showed with the police officers from Guam that there's going to be a tragedy that happens on the island. And through learning leadership principles and applying those principles, that hopefully they're able to take care of this community, they're able to take care of each other, and they're able to take some of the things that they've learned here and put them into practice.
As KUAM reported, a retention and recruitment study was conducted by University of Guam Master students at the request of the GPD chief. A portion of the survey focused on leadership. According to Lau, the study was discussed on the first day.
I read the report. I said, we're going to talk about something that may cut close to the bone. And we talked about the report, but we focused on what is within your power to control or influence to mitigate what came out in this report. And what was encouraging to me is, who do we have in the room? We had the chief of police in the room, going through the same exact training along with all of his commanders.
In the study, it noted 40% of officers believed they were not valued by leadership.
People perceive like, I'm not being valued. It's a relationship, and everybody within that relationship does have a responsibility to strengthen that connective tissue.
Training wrapped up Friday afternoon, and they wanted to end with a message to the island community.
If you see a police officer that is a part of your community, stop them, shake their hand, say thank you.
Everybody that you know in your life, you expect to be willing to give, that they will give their last full measure, their life, to defend somebody that they know and love. But everybody wearing that uniform, they know that at some time, they will be expected to be willing to risk their life, not only for strangers, not only for people that won't thank them, but honestly, for people who might not even like them.
Jonah Gancharfaris, KUAM News.
Thanks, Joan. Well, it's a busy first day on the job for Guam's new Archbishop, Ryan Jimenez.
He has big shoes to fill as the church faces bankruptcy and past transgressions, but he is not shying away from taking accountability while bringing back trust and faith in the church. Mitsuki Hirayama has more.
Ryan Jimenez, the former bishop of the Diocese of Chalan-Canoa in the CNMI, is officially the 4th Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Agana.
With faith in our Lord Jesus Christ and with the love of God in my heart, I do accept the pastoral care of the people of God in the Archdiocese of Agania. I resolve to faithfully serve the spiritual needs of this local church.
Jimenez undergoing the rite of installation at the Hagåtña Cathedral Thursday. On his first day on the job Friday, he shares his first message to the community, acknowledging the loss of trust after the church's past transgressions.
My message would be, I hope that people would give us the time to truly do our part and to bring back that faith and trust in us, knowing that in Jesus alone we truly find or can have that sense of unity and healing and meaning.
In his first course of action, the Archbishop appointing Father Romy Convocar as a Vicar General and Father Mike Crisostomo as a Vicar for Clergy.
And so it's important also that the things that the Archdiocese has been doing, especially with the bankruptcy, Father Romy is in the signatory of all documents, making sure that we are on time, on board, able to deliver and have that sense of continuity. He would do that.
Plus, one priority he shares is to work with Catholic social services to better address social issues such as homelessness and drug addiction.
What would be the approach we're in? It's holistic and it's continuing, it's long-term, it's not just like a band-aid solution. So I'm hoping to learn more from our social services program here, and hopefully we, and I can also, as the new Archbishop, be able to assist them and do more as a church for all of us.
No doubt a busy schedule for the new Archbishop in the coming months as he gets settled in. He also has prior commitments in the region as the President of the Episcopal Conference of the Pacific and as Vice President of the Federation of Catholic Bishops' Conferences of Oceania. But he says he's determined to visit more parishes and speak with the island's faithful by early November. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Wow, the island's faithful, no doubt. So respectful.
Yeah, definitely.
So demure.
So demure. Welcome to Guam again.
Welcome to Guam. Up next, marine sports businesses on Saipan not very happy about certain restrictions on the horizon.
Plus, UOG Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant announcing some major moves for the program and the island. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Fresco Fridays on KUAM News, presented by Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, located in Hagåtña, just across from the Gani Shopping Center.
Hey fam, this is Brandon the Truth Bearer, here at Mount Carmel down to Agate, Guam, letting you know for the school year 2024-2025, Mount Carmel is starting a brand new program. Full martial arts, required part of the curriculum, every single day. Me of all people, I understand that it takes a team to make this happen. Man, sometimes a village. We have the all-star team coming in. Professor DJ, Action Jackson. Professor Dorian Price. They are coming to Guam. They are coming to Mount Carmel to help make sure that the Alliance Training Center Academy program is running on all cylinders. Come on down, sign up, let's train.
Welcome back to Primetime. Residents and marine sports businesses on Saipan sounding off about proposed amendments that some say would restrict their businesses.
Regional correspondent Tomas Minglutny reports on the debate over the commercial use of Maniagaha, a popular small island tourist destination.
DPO greatly appreciates all comments, all public comments, be it in oral or in writing, to the proposed amendment.
Those proposed amendments have been controversial, triggering some protests throughout the week ahead of a public hearing to discuss them on Friday and Monday at 5:30 p.m. at the DPL conference room on Saipan.
Nothing has been set on stone, and the proposed amendment has not yet been adopted.
Some residents say the amendments are unfair and restrict local business. Secretary Santos has recused herself from the execution of the master concessionaire agreement of Maniagaha with Marianas Global Incorporated over potential conflicts of interest. Since then, DPL Special Advisor David Sablon has handled the matter.
Our intent is to clarify the intent of the proposed amendment, which we are only attempting to deal with 3 items only. That's only to restrict the personal consumption of food in the exclusive concession area. And then the other one is to restrict the personal flotation device in this designated swimming zone, and to further define the kind of commercial activity that we are referring to in this proposed amendment. In this proposed amendment, there is nothing that it mentions that it will eliminate the small marine sports operators, but in fact, there is a provision in there that will allow them to go into a sub-concession agreement with the concessionaire. And of course, those sub-concession agreement will have to be approved by DPL.
The public hearings will allow 5 minutes for each comment or more if time allows. Meanwhile, DPL has also reached out to Marianas Global about non-compliance with their land lease agreement. Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
It's a major accomplishment for the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant unveiled today.
The Land and Sea Grant Institute announcing the latest recipients of competitive research funding from Guam and the region. This program, managed locally with the federal funding, supports selected researchers whose projects target 4 key areas, that being healthy coastal ecosystems, environmental literacy and workforce development, resilient communities and economies, and sustainable fisheries and agriculture. Among the recipients, Dr. Tom Shills, whose study will examine coralline algae and the sustainability of Guam's coral reefs in their current state.
Guam is a very, very special place. We have the highest documented diversity of coralline algae in the world, of any ecoregion in the world. And also we've documented some interesting ecophysiological aspects. We've seen actually that these coralline algae grow faster than anywhere else in the world. So now what we are interested in doing is kind of like seeing that coralline algae are becoming much, much more dominant. Corals are on the decline. We're actually interested in will our reefs be able to sustain? Are they still going to be there into the future, and will they be able to serve the same ecosystem roles as they have been?
Sea Grant gets $350,000 a year that's allocated to research funding through a competitive process that goes through 2 rounds of peer review. It's a program that hopes to run every 2 years.
Well, it's a new spending trend as the economy cools down and people cut back. The New York Fed putting out data saying household spending isn't expected to go up as much as it has been. So will it slow down, or much of our economy enters a recession?
Well, if this trend gains steam, maybe. Some people trying to romanticize and glamorize spending less. It's called underconsumption core. NBC's Vicky Wen reports.
So much scrolling is about buying stuff.
Okay, you seriously do not want to miss today's haul.
But now, a new movement online rejecting the consumption overload.
I don't want to shop your Amazon storefront or your TikTok showcase. I don't want to see your haul. I don't want to see any more products.
It's called Underconsumption Core.
Till I saw the sun.
With many of the videos set to relaxing music like Norah Jones, it's about being frugal, getting more use out of old things, and taking the pressure off of yourself to keep up with the influencers.
Underconsumption is seeing, oh, what shoes are we wearing this fall, come up 20 times on your For You page, and knowing that the shoes we already have will work perfectly fine.
Some creators breaking 1 million views as this trend takes off, casting aside perfectly aesthetic spaces, trading them for more functional living. Thrifting quirky items and spontaneity are encouraged too. That outlook can also help save a buck by downsizing on makeup, beauty products, and new clothes.
They care about the environment. They like buying secondhand. They don't care if things are used or beaten up.
While the name Underconsumption Core is new, the idea isn't. The no-spend trend also going viral and buy nothing groups gaining popularity. Experts say it could be linked to younger Americans feeling persistent economic pressures like the pinch of inflation.
It has bubbled up pretty regularly at other times of economic kind of slowing. It happened in the 90s. It happened when the dot-com bubble burst, and it happened again during the Great Recession.
Relentless consumer spending helped drive a lot of America's post-COVID economic growth. But now some large U.S. companies say they're seeing their customers looking for deals and buying less.
Consumer spending has basically been fueling this economy for years. I mean, post-pandemic, everyone wanted to go out and travel. But now high interest rates, high prices, they've taken a toll. Maybe it's time to reassess all of that revenge spending that we've been doing.
The big question, whether underconsumption core is just a short-lived coping mechanism or the signs of a deeper shift that could lead to economic slowdown. Vicki Nguyen, NBC News.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view captured from the University of Guam in Niue overlooking Pago Bay.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. That's done me wrong when there ain't no song. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when I make a move. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when let's take a break. There's no use. My mood when I make a move. This is my mood when
From the group that brought you Joe Coy and Rob Schneider, Guam Comedy brings you the next big Phil-Am comedy sensation, J.R. de Guzman, live on Guam.
My family and I, when we first moved here, we lived in a storage unit. That would have been like the most awesome episode of Storage Wars.
One show only, Saturday, August 31st at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse.
Your friend, your cousin.
Get your tickets now at GuamComedy.com. J.R. de Guzman, live on Guam. Don't miss the fun.
keep the smile on your face, the moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa, you can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Off a day, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Foodie Call. Today we are at Papa John's and they have here for us the cheesy burger pizza. So let's go give it a try. Whoa. It's got like cheese and pickles, tomatoes, and the ground beef. We got the garlic dipping sauce right here. Whoa. Look at that. You see that cheese pool, guys? Looks good. Cheers, everybody. Oh, it's like I'm eating like a flattened cheeseburger right now. It's so good. All right, guys, and before we get to our next item right here, I'm just gonna wash down that cheesy burger pizza with some Pepsi. Cheers, guys. All right, guys, next on our list, we have the cheesy burger papadillas. We got our sauce right here and the papadilla. And from what I see, it's got the same ingredients inside. I see the pickles, tomatoes, cheese, and the hamburger patty. So yeah, let's just give this a try, everybody. And to pair it, we got our burger sauce right here. That is a burger, guys. Especially when you mix it with this burger sauce. Dude. It tastes amazing, dude. There's nothing more I can say. I'm honestly kind of speechless. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode of Foodie Call. Don't forget to try these out, these cheesy burger items, for a limited time only. Only at Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some. Thank you so much to Papa John's and our friends at Pepsi, and we will see you guys next week. Bye!
Foodie Call is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Okay, if you know anything about nature, you know that lions lead the pack, and the Lions Club on Guam, very, very good community service organization. They are leading the way to hold a community outreach at Senahan's Community Center. Free medical services offered, such as diabetes and high blood pressure screenings. Make sure to head back. And Biba Lions, it's an amazing organization. My father was a lion for many, many years, so I know how dedicated they are to their cause. All right, Thursday, September 5th, it is going to be a night with Tanel. She is bringing her world-class entertainment for your listening pleasure. You're going to be happy, so make sure to get your tickets and make sure to go check it out. It's going to be at the Nico, $100 per person. It includes a meet and greet. It's an intimate occasion to interact with a true creative professional. Make sure to get your tickets at guamtime.net. And did you know that high blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney disease? Our friends up in the CNMI are having a kidney health class that happens at CHCC. This is on August 21st. That's what's happening on News Bites. Have yourself a good weekend, everybody.
Now to your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shoutouts submitted on KUAM.com.
And the winner of a yummy ice cream cake.
Happy birthday to Francisco Querechai. Happy 77th birthday from all your family on Guam and Colorado. We love you so much and hope you have a wonderful birthday. And also a big birthday shout out going out to Amity Sablon Diego, wishing you a safe, blessed birthday. Shout out coming up from the Backshot clan and the rest of the family. Love. Also a big Friday birthday going out to Alice Victoria Roman. On your birthday, we wish you many blessings with happiness, love, good health, and success in every walk of your life. With much love from the family, special blessings from Mama, Papa, Nana, and Tata, Mommy and Daddy, Cami, Lexi, Nino, Nina, Evie Lulu, and Ashton. And from your Oklahoma family, happy birthday to our beautiful child. And drum roll, please. And the winner of our Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake for this week is Jordan Anakaya. Congratulations, and we will contact you on how you can claim your prize.
Happy birthday to all of you celebrating out there. And this weekend, I hear it's our very own Oz.
Oh, it's his birthday.
The Darkness celebrating his birthday this Sunday. Happy birthday to you, Oz.
Happy birthday.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Welcome to another episode of CNMI Weekly, and today we are honored to be joined with Tracy Guerrero, the recently appointed GM of Atkins Kroll Saipan, and we are here at the Saipan showroom. Congratulations. I would say welcome back, but you've never really left. How do you feel?
Thank you very much, Tomas. It's an honor to be here today. I really appreciate you coming in and kind of expressing interest in this human story, right? Because it's basically what it is, and it's a pleasure to be back. I am a daughter of the CNMI, and I always will be. That no matter where I am, right? Whether I was on Guam or living in the mainland, like that never changed. So happy to be back here in that role again. So.
And you're no stranger to the business. You've moved home back in 2008, and you've had several roles since then. Looking back, and now you're in this position. A native daughter of Saipan, leading the business here in Saipan. What's your reflection on all of that? Take us back to when you decided to move home and what it means to you now.
Sure. So, after having lived, in the Bay Area, in Northern California, for almost 20 years, we started having a family, and the kids were born out there, and then we decided, that we really wanted to raise them at home, so they know, where they're from. And to really understand, who they are and how they're connected to our community, to our land, right? And so, the story that I like to share, right, is this quote that I heard, and I can't attribute it, but basically it's, when you have children and you become a parent, there are two things that you can give your children. The two gifts you can give them: one, roots to know where they're from, and two, wings to fly. And so we're very happy that we could have, done that for our children, Mateo and Lola, and they're both, well on their way to exploring the world, but with a foundation of having been rooted here, right? So super proud of them, and I'm happy that we were able to make that happen for us. So, and then coming back here and living here while they were young and growing up, and having opportunities to participate and contribute, in the community, not just professionally, but personally. Obviously, I come from a family who owns Herman's Bakery, and that's also a source of pride. And this year Herman's Bakery celebrates 80 years, so it's the longest continually operating business in the CNMI. And AK Saipan celebrated 55 years just last year, and then AK Guam just celebrated 110 years of operations in Guam. So, having this legacy professionally, personally, it's very meaningful, and I'm really excited about having this opportunity to be here. So,
Did you ever imagine yourself in the role of GM? What was your reaction when you found out the news? I understand you already had a trip lined up, and then your first day of work was on Saipan on that trip that you had planned, right?
Yeah. Well, it was very sudden, but organizationally there were some changes that needed to happen, and our president on Guam, AK Guam, Alex Yap, was tapped to take on another market challenge, and so we wish him the best of luck. He was a wonderful leader and a great boss, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and I know that he will do well in his new role. So I succeed Clark Boswell, who was here as AK Saipan GM and who will take on the role of GM and Vice President for AK KUAM and Saipan. And I'm very happy that he has spent time in this market. Prior to this assignment for him as AK Saipan General Manager, he was here for 10 months, but prior to that he had been in the role for 3 years or something like that. And so, he's very familiar with Saipan, has called it his home, and he has loved it and made very wonderful friends here. So I'm really thankful to have him to support me in this role, and then the team here. Everybody's been great. It's a small team, but a lot of these people have been here for a long time, and I've known some of them for a long time too, aside from my role at AK, right? So it's nice to be able to have that, again, that connection that takes you back for so many years. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm really happy to be here.
Great, and like you said, it is a family, a small island family, but the AK has always been a community partner as well. It's tough economic times, but we also see a lot of good hints and notes of progress. The Lexus dealership is slated to open later this year. So did you want to talk a little bit, I know it's early on, but just what overall vision you might have, plans for that Lexus dealership, and what role AK plays in really tough times for the Commonwealth?
And as I mentioned, Tomas, thanks for asking that. We've been around for over 55 years, and I think this investment into this new dealership, it's a very large investment. It's a $23 million investment into our community, and that is a testament to AK's dedication, right, to being here. We've been here this long. We will be here for another 55 years plus, right, and more. And where I come in, right, and what my vision is really is to understand that we do more than just sell cars, right. What we do is we provide mobility solutions to individuals and families within our community. And with those solutions, people are able to achieve their economic dreams and their goals. Without a car, you can't get to work. So our services that we provide, vehicle sales, service, and the customer service and the spirit that we bring here, right? We strive to provide the best quality product, the best quality service, to the population here in the Commonwealth. And so that's something that I would like to continue, and to provide, again, opportunities for families and individuals to seek their dreams and economic freedom. And every time somebody comes in and buys a car, that's potentially a new person who's entering the workforce here, right? And that contributes to our economic base and our tax revenue base. And so we hope that we can continue to contribute in that way and provide that. And then also, purchasing a new car, right, is aside from buying a house, it's a second biggest financial commitment, right, for individuals or families, and it's exciting, right? Somebody coming in to buy a new car, you see families coming in here all the time, and couples, right? And it's something that people take pride in, right? And for many people, the kind of vehicle they drive is a big part of their personal identity, right? So, and there's definitely a lot of pride and happiness, and so being on that side and seeing that really is also very fulfilling as well. So.
All right, I'm sure a lot of people from home are watching this, and even when we post it to our Instagram, you've got a lot of support behind you from folks who you've grown up with and people who know you here. What's your message to people who are just starting out in business, sales, in executive leadership, even to our island's youth, about what it takes to, get to where you are at now?
I would say, to always challenge yourself, right? Don't ever fall into complacency. You know what I mean? There's always going to be opportunities. And like I said, Saipan is always going to be home. But how do we make sure that we are challenging ourselves to live up to our full potential, right? And when you set that example yourself and you strive to, for higher goals and higher objectives, you lift the bar up for everyone else at the same time. And I think that's so important to have those kinds of role models in the community, right? So the response that I've gotten from my friends and family, and everybody, people who know me, has been overwhelming. I mean, I didn't actually think, I was kind of like, wow, I didn't realize this was going to be such a big deal. It's just, to me, it's just a job, right? But I think for the community, perhaps it's more than that. It's a figurehead of a native, a daughter of the CNMI, a woman in this position, potentially who has, a lot of constructive ways to provide input and help, our community, right, and individuals and families. So it's a big responsibility, and I'm really just excited for the challenge and looking forward to it. I think the team here is fantastic, and You know, I couldn't really be wishing for a better set of people to work with and conditions with all the support that I'm receiving and stuff. So we'll work things out. You know, AK has been here in the boom times, in the bust times, in the boom times, and the bust times again, right? So we're not going anywhere.
All right, that's all the questions I had. I wanted to just open the floor. If there's anything else you'd like to add about the business, your journey, anything else you'd like to mention?
One of the things that we take a lot of, we're looking forward to, and it's a source of pride for us, right, is in our new facility that we're building down in Puerto Rico. And it's a state-of-the-art facility. The types of equipment and, you know, the facility itself is going to be very modern, and it's just going to bring another level of, you know, modernity, right, to our community, which, you know, there's a lot of aging infrastructure, right? So I think there's a sense of pride in that. Something new, something clean, right? Equipment that now we will be able to provide certain services that we haven't been able to provide before because we haven't had that particular equipment, and making that investment in the equipment, right? So updating it, upgrading it, adding new technology, right, to make the work more efficient, our workflows, you know, not just the equipment itself, but even the way that we design our workflow, operations workflow, right? So to make sure that we are consistent and, you know, providing the best service to our customers. So.
All right, thank you so much. Tracy Guerrero, the new GM of AK Saipan, thank you for your time and thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
The Guam Contractors Association proudly presents the 2024 Samoan Joe Safety Conference and Industry Trade Fair and Expo. Join us on Thursday and Friday, August 22nd and 23rd at the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. Learn about safety training across all industries to ensure safe work environments. Discover the latest in construction safety, building technology, and innovation. Don't miss the Industry Trade Fair and Expo on Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, now we're joined with Kimberlyn King-Hines, who just filed officially her candidacy as the Republican candidate for U.S. delegate. So, Kim, thanks again for your time. Tell us how this morning went and just your reflection as you've officially entered the race now.
You know, it went well. You know, I was joined by my mom and, you know, my family and close friends. And, you know, I was asked a question about how I felt this morning. And I'm going to be honest, right? When you sign up to apply for this job, as I would like to describe it, you know, you're signing up to help people. And just this past couple of months, man, I've been, you know, going out, knocking on doors, and you get to see the community and these islands from a very different perspective. You know, you're not just hearing about it, but you're actually seeing it by visiting people's homes, right? What their issues are. And it's not lost on me how daunting of a task it is to level up and you know, put yourself out there and commit to wanting to provide the people that provide people with the relief that they're seeking, with the goal of wanting to be a part of improving everybody's quality of life. And so I'm excited. I'm ready for the job. I wouldn't have signed up for this if I did not think I have the capacity to be able to deliver. But with that being said, a lot of our challenges you know, have remained the same since the first U.S. representatives, right, from the CNMI to now. So if you start looking at people's platforms, you're going to start seeing the same things, right? You know, the issue with labor, the issue with Medicaid, you know, the issue with transportation, cabotage exemptions, those types of things. And, you know, if it were easy, I think Kilili would have already done it, right? Because Kilili, you know, committed his life to the detriment of his health, some would say, to be able to, you know, advance our causes in DC, you know, but now there's an opportunity for new blood, new energy, to be able to step up to the plate and to be able to work towards those same goals. I guess at this point, right, elections are about choices, right? The people get to decide. And from my perspective, we can't continue doing the same things and expect different results in terms of how we view certain policy issues, right? And we have to be united in terms of focusing on a strategy to be able to advance some of these issues in DC. And so I'm excited, Tomas. I'm ready. I'm ready to do the work, but obviously we have the hurdle of getting and winning the confidence of the people.
You announced 5 or 6 months ago. What has anything changed since then? I know you've been out campaigning. What has changed maybe since your announcement in front of 360 5 months ago, 6 months ago to now?
It's one thing thinking, right, that like you want to do this. It's a whole other level when you're actually doing it and you're out there talking to people and you're actually just seeing, how people are struggling on a daily basis when you visit these homes, right? What their challenges are, what their living conditions are, what type of relief, you know what I mean, that they hope to get from their government. And I thought that, this day would come and I would be so excited, right? And be exuberant and super happy. But instead, I find myself being very reflective of all the things that I've heard. And, I take these issues to heart. I'm the type of person who I hear somebody's pain and, it will play over and over and over in my mind. And I'm just going to be focused and obsessed over how I'm gonna help.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries to outdoor living to everyday fashions for the family, we've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart, the ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
All right, Representative Probst, today you've made it official. You are now running officially in the race for delegate under the Democratic Party. I mean, how do you feel? How was this morning? I saw photos. There was quite a bit of a crowd as other colleagues joined you, right, this morning?
Yes. Thank you. Good afternoon, Tomas. And I just want to say today was a very overwhelming, deeply humbling day. It was a beautiful day, and we had a very solid, good turnout. All our friends and family that joined us, and the coalition of independents and Democrats came through. It was deeply moving to see everyone together in supporting each other.
And so, what have the past few months been like? You announced a few months ago. What have you been up to? How has the campaign trail been?
The campaign trail is, for the most part, it's been great. I always enjoy visits. I think that's one of the best parts of public service is meeting with our constituents and talking with them about issues and just sitting down and talking about all kinds of things. It's been deeply moving. I've had the good fortune of visiting DC, visiting Congressman Kennedy in his office over there, meeting with him. And also, I attended a leadership conference and a few other things while I was there. It's been great also to build bridges, build friendships with different congressional leaders. Just the other day, I had a phone call, spoke with Congressman Ted Lieu from California for a good half hour, and just talking about all kinds of things. And it's really deeply meaningful. The biggest thing that I've been doing, of course, is this campaign. It's unfortunate I have limited time when I can campaign. As you know, I am a public servant leader, and I make it a point not to do anything political during our regular hours as much as I can. So I always ask, if we're doing house visits or anything that deals with me running for the delegate seat, it's got to be after 4:30. And so I do have a short window of time. I don't want to cut into people's dinners either. So by about 6 o'clock, I'll wrap it up. And then we also go out on Saturdays to also make our visits.
And having said that, it's been about 5 or 6 months since you announced. Has anything surprised you? What have been your biggest takeaways? Have you changed a bit of your platform because of what people have told you since you announced?
You know, part of leadership is to be a good listener, to listen to different viewpoints, and that's just a thing, Tomas. You know, like when you meet with so many people, there are a lot of takeaways from that, and there are certain things that will that I didn't think of that will be brought up by a constituent, and then I'll bring it back to our team and discuss it further. You know, there are of course different viewpoints on everything, but that's been the best part about that is this dialogue. For the most part, my platform has been intact and remained the same, and has gotten pretty good support. I do, as I said, want to continue to champion Congressman Kilili's Sablan's issues, and of course, I want to ensure that I put in a few of my own as well. The bottom line is, you know, our economy is struggling right now. Of course, the United States Congress is not the one that should be solving all our economic issues, but certainly they can also assist us with our economic challenges. So that's where we're looking at how we can work and building our relationship and seeing, of course, just as Congressman Kilili has done so many times in how we can benefit from federal funding. Right now, as you know, this is the tip of the spear. We've seen Guam has been so blessed with the Department of Defense in terms of their financial contributions to our neighbors, and you know, but we've seen that happen right now in Tinian, with what's going on with the divert airfield. Obviously, that's, you know, almost $1 billion investment, and that's fantastic. But we haven't seen a ripple effect or anything really spilling out to the other islands. Tinian is directly benefiting from it for now. We haven't seen that type of benefit here in Saipan or sadly in Rhoda, which is, you know, our dear island that is really struggling right now financially and economically.
Last year, the Guam chapter of the American Red Cross faced Super Typhoon Mawar head-on, showcasing the true spirit of community and resilience. In the aftermath of the storm, the Red Cross proudly stepped up, providing shelter, services, and support to those in need. Our mission continues with day-to-day efforts to educate, prepare, and respond to disasters of all sizes. In the past year alone, we've made a significant impact thanks to the dedication of our volunteers and supporters. Even when faced with challenges, we never back down. Our response to Mawar exemplifies our commitment to serving the community, no matter the cost or distance. The strength of Guam lies in our people, and together with the Red Cross, we raised $1.7 million to support recovery efforts. Help us continue to make a difference and show that together we can overcome any adversity and build a stronger, more resilient community. The American Red Cross, compassionate, creative, collaborative, credible, and committed, always there in times of need.
Welcome to another CNMI Decision 2024 interview, this time with James Rafin, the fifth and final candidate for the CNMI delegate race. We've interviewed the 4 others before, and now we're with you here at your home. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, and thank you for doing this, and welcome to our home.
Great. And so maybe we'll just start with a bit of an introduction of yourself. Ties to the Marianas.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So James is my formal name, as I was saying earlier. Everybody knows me as Jimbo. I've been out here, I say about 30 years. I moved out here after college, and I worked as a teacher, school administrator, and I feel like I've said this a bunch of times already in the last few weeks. So I've been out here for about 30 years. My current job right now is with OVR, which I'm actually having to resign from. Because of this campaign, I don't know what more to tell you. I'm a father of 4 kids, all kids from here. So this place that we're living on is land I bought and put in their name, right? So it belongs to the kids.
I wanted to just open the floor if you wanted to address the constituents on why they should vote for you.
Oh boy, coming
up in November.
Yeah, you would think that I should have this down, right? But I said this to another one of the reporters. I'm a writer by nature, so I fear redundancy, right? So when I start to repeat myself, I get a little creeped out, right? Like I should change it. The best that I can tell you is that my intentions are good. You know, I would say I have a really good track record in working with people. I have a really good track record in holding offices, right? Mind you, microcosms of what the delegate office is, but I have a really good track record of building those relationships required to do the work that needs to be done. I have a particularly good, and here's where I'll leave it. In all of the rhetoric and all of the campaign noise, what is forgotten are the people that work in the office, right? I haven't heard a single thing about who besides Kilili works in the office, right? What I'm really good, what my track record is really good at working with the people within the office, the people doing the work, right? The delegate can't do the job he's supposed to do without the people in those positions doing the work they're supposed to do. That's where I think I'm really good. I'm really good about ensuring that the people I'm working with, the people that are doing the work, feel respected, they feel encouraged and empowered to do the best that they can do. So I have a disadvantage of not knowing who's in the offices, right? I don't know the relative staff. I don't know who stays, who goes. I don't know any of that. What I know is whoever is there, we need you, because the institutional knowledge that you bring is, it's irreplaceable. Yeah, nobody's just going to walk in and be able to pick up where Kilili left off, and that's ultimately what I want to do. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. You've heard it here from James Rafin, U.S. delegate candidate for the CNMI. Thank you for joining us, and we'll have more on KUAM.com.